I had a couple people ask how to add the single crochet border to how I add it to my swatches. So first I chain one and then I add my first single crochet right there at the base of that chain one. Now I'm working along the first side, and if you read this in a pattern, it's going to say single crochet evenly across each side. Sometimes I'll give you how many stitches you want per side. I'm going with 25. And it is honestly just guesswork. I think the biggest tip I have is to pick the halfway point. So the halfway point of 25 is between 12 and 13. And whenever I get to the 12th stitch, I'll look at my swatch and make sure that I'm halfway down. If I'm too close to the beginning, I'll put my stitches back out and skip a couple more spaces that I had previously, or if I'm too close to the beginning, I'll pull my stitches out and add a couple more stitches, and then if I'm too close to the end, I'll pull my stitches out and skip a couple more spots where I'd put stitches before. And that is really the only thing I can think of. Now, if you're a little bit more experienced and you use when you're experienced, you use your hands a lot, you start to get a muscle memory, like I talked about before. But your muscle memory can also tell you where you would normally put a single crochet if you were adding one stitch on top of the next on top of the next. And that is going to help you keep your stitches from bunching up in one spot and then stretching out too far in another. For the corners, you want to add 3 single crochet, and that is going to help give you a 90-degree angle. And then the other tip I have is that whatever number you choose to for each side, especially if you're working with a square, that is going to be the number you apply to every side. So even though I started with 30 chains, that means I'm going to have to skip a couple of chains when I get to that side of my swatch in order to get down to 25 for the side. And it's a little counterintuitive to skip chains when you're adding just a row of single crochet, but it is the only way you can get even sides. Then I'm trying to think if I have any more tips. The only other question I've ever gotten was the corner pieces. Do you want to include them in the sides or not? So since I'm adding 3 single crochet in each corner, it's really up to you. I'm not doing that. I included in my stitch count. So the first 2 stitches start in the corner, and then the last stitch is going to be in the last corner, and then that's how I have 3. But if you wanted to make it a little bit easier on yourself and just have 25 between the first stitch and the last stitch of each side, and then add an extra 3 stitches in the corner, might be a little bit easier than what I'm doing. But if you have any other questions about single crochet borders, you can leave them in the comments and I can try and figure out how to answer them. I hope you have a good day. I hope you're being safe, and that's it. This is what the border will look like at the end, and I hope to see you in the next stitch tutorial. Be sure to like and follow for more.